Hey guys, welcome to Picture Book Drama, where it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru. It is so good to be back filming videos again. I got my sleeping kitty Blackie right here behind me. And I am so sorry this video came out 2 weeks to the day late. This is my C2E2 recap video and update video for the channel. Thank you guys so much. Everybody's been so great on YouTube, on Facebook, sending me so many well wishes. I had both my upper and lower ventricle stents. Well, actually, let me just put it to you like this. About 8+ years ago, no, maybe about a decade ago, I had stents put in. I have some heart issues, and my upper and left ventricle were pretty much closed shut to the point where I was about to have a heart attack and die. Just put it to you like that. So I had stents put in, and for the most part, it actually did the trick. I mean, I still have heart issues that's not going to fix, but it did help a lot. And over the years, the stent got smaller, got crushed in, and they had to try to open it back up, but they found out that that wasn't going to be a permanent solution, or as permanent as you can get with a stent. So they decided to repair the lower left ventricle, which they did no problem, but the upper one they had to remove and put a new one in. And let me tell you, putting them in is not a big deal, because you actually just lay on your side, they go through the side, they put them in. It's pretty cut and dry. It's actually outpatient surgery. But having it removed and replaced, you're going to the hospital. So I spent probably about 2.5 days in the hospital. One day was really just waiting for the surgery. The other day was recovery, and then the other half day was just waiting to get released. If anyone's been in the hospital, you know it takes a while. So that's where I have been pretty much since C2E2. I went there. Hopefully you guys saw the video. If not, I'll put a link in the description below so you can see it. It's a walkthrough, so you guys could see what C2E2 is like. And I have gone to C2E2 for probably about 8 years now, and I look forward to it every year. I usually do C2E2, and now I'll be doing, because I'm an ambassador, I'll be at Fan Expo pretty much every year. So definitely, stay tuned for more updates on that. We will be doing more things there. I promise you. I know I keep saying it, but health and family comes first. But if you can, please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We are so close to that 1,000 subscriber, and that's my fault. You can't subscribe to a channel that's not putting out content. So I understand. At this point, I'm at 798 subscribers. We're really close to that 600 or 800. Come on, guys, help me get to that 1,000 so we can, I have a giveaway once we hit 1,000. I have a pretty good giveaway. Maybe I will probably do other giveaways as we hit like 800, 850, 950, and so on. So definitely take care of that. So we got that out the way. My thoughts on C2E2 2023 this year. I gotta say, I was disappointed. I mean, if you saw the video, you saw there's a lot of open space. And this is a Saturday that I went there. And it was probably about 11 o'clock when I got there. So I didn't even get there when they first opened. So I didn't want to deal with the whole mass rush of people coming in, because I wasn't feeling that well. Wasn't sure, exactly to what extent I wasn't feeling well by. Because I had gone to the hospital literally after I left C2E2. And they started doing all their crap. But I gotta say, it was the front half of it. It felt pretty packed, but then as you start walking, it was like, wow, I have never had it be that empty in certain spaces. It was like everybody was going for autographs and photographs, and the cosplay. If you notice in my video, I did not have any of the cosplaying in there because that was the only area that was super packed. When you see me walking into C2E2, that main floor, or the main bottom floor, is where they do all the paneling and the cosplaying off to the right. I couldn't even get over there. So cosplaying is taking such a huge step up. The other things is taking a step down. It seems like they're focusing on panels and cosplaying and merchandising, and not always toys, and definitely not comics. Some of my favorite people were there. I think it's Varsity Comics. They were there, but when I got there, they hadn't even set up yet. They were setting up when I got there. Actually, about a half hour after I got there, they started setting up. So my haul this year is probably the smallest haul I've ever gotten from C2E2. Maybe about 12 books. That's it. Because I'm guessing Friday they did a lot of selling other comics, because they had some people doing dollar comics. Varsity does like $3 comics, or 7 for 20. You know, so you had those things going on, but I didn't see a lot of people really hitting the comic area. Everybody was further back getting autographs or doing the photo ops with the celebrities. Had that going on, and that's not a problem, but when you have a comic convention, comics should be the forefront. Now, you had comic artists, as you saw in the video. I went down Artist Alley and showed you all the artists that were there. Not many people were even interested in the comic book artists. I talked to some of them off camera, and I'm not going to say names because they asked me not to, but they were saying they may not come back if it's like this, because they literally are just wasting their time sitting there just staring off into space, because people were more interested in getting in line to get an autograph or a photo with a celebrity. If they weren't doing that, they were doing cosplay. Even the gaming was not what I expected. It was very small. So I don't know if it was just not many, people wanting to come in there, which I don't think so. They had a lot of vendors were there. And even the toys, the collectibles, you had them there, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller every year. And I'm seeing the same things each time I go to C2E2. Now, they did have a few NECA figures. I didn't pick any up because there really wasn't any deals. No deals. So you were getting them at the same price you could get them if you go to Target or Walmart or go online and pay for them. And you might get a better deal online. So I just said, well, you know what? I don't want to walk around a convention carrying a lot of boxes or, things like, I don't have anything immediately available. Something like, think about carrying, something like this all day long. And then multiply that by like 5 or 6. I don't have a car to go drop the stuff off to, so you've got to be selective when you, buy things. So I did not get much at all. All I picked up were some Justice League of America Volume 1, because I'm trying to get my Justice League collection, up to where it should be. Before my original comic collection took a little walk and, someone took off with them, I had a huge JLA collection. So now I'm trying to recoup that, and basically what I picked up, this is it. This is my haul from C2E2 2023. Now, I will say this, I am not bashing C2E2. I'm not. Because they actually put on a great event. I mean, they follow what the public is showing. Photo ops, autographs, cosplay, then maybe gaming, merchandising. You had, tons of t-shirts and, art galore. As you saw in that video, I showed a lot of art off in there, and they look great. But where are the damn comic book vendors? I mean, you had like a few, you had the graded comics, of course, them wanting to sell books at extraordinary prices that you really never should pay for. But it's like little by little, the comics are starting to get pushed aside, and that's not cool. But hopefully Varsity, and I keep forgetting the other name of the comic vendor that was doing the dollar comics. But, you need them there to bring more people in, because not everybody's there to want to buy merch. I don't like standing in line. I'm very impatient. That's why I didn't, show up to C2E2 at 10 o'clock to be waiting in a long spiraling line. I got there at 11. I was in C2E2 by 11:10. So, plan your day accordingly. And also, don't buy no food there. God damn, don't buy a damn bit of food. A slice of pizza will cost you damn near $10. Getting a beer, because they have like a beer garden, for one beer, I could buy a 6-pack. And I don't even drink anymore. I don't really remember the last time I drank, and I didn't even drink on New Year's Eve. I worked. But we're going to go into this haul real quick just so you can see I did see things. And I love Varsity Comics. They actually have some of the best variety of comics that you could get from some of the classic, Silver Age all the way up to the more modern books. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I've been saying I picked up these books. First one I got, and these were all from Varsity Comics. So this is like the 7 for 20 spot. The only thing I really wanted was Justice League. I looked for Ghost Rider. They didn't have it. Looked to see if they had any Young Avengers. Didn't have them. Teen Titans, the original 1960 series, didn't have anything. Doom Patrol, nothing. So, and I could have gone for Batman, but that's where everybody was at. Was Batman and Detective Comics. Wish I had thought about Brave and the Bold. Now I think about it, I really wish I had thought about that, because it probably could have got, I wouldn't have been able to get over there anyway. Anything B related was just covered. So, without any further ado, I picked up Justice League issue number 0. This one is, there's been so many Justice League comics, but I can't tell you what volume it is. But this is from 2007 by Brad Meltzer. I actually did like this series a lot. This is issue 0 leading into that series. They had several different copies of these as well. They had a newsstand, they had the blank version. I don't know why I didn't get the newsstand version. I got the blank. I don't think to me it doesn't matter. I'm not selling my comics, so I don't care. I want the book. As long as it's an original book, not a reprint, I'm cool. Alright. Justice League of America, I got issue 130. 133. And these are all in really good shape for the times. This is issue 144. And this is actually a Justice League Giant. Another Justice League Giant. This is issue 157. Issue 159. So I'm not sure if 157 or 158 stopped the giant size issues, but I do want those badly. I have issue 160. 161. 163. Oh, Cash stirring. Issue 170. Love this cover. This should be, I want that as a poster. Issue 171. Love this issue. Blackie's tired of me talking. And then issue 172. These two issues are really, really cool. I love back-to-back stories where they really, in 2 issues, can tell you an entire story. That's the great thing about Justice League. Issue 177. And then the last one I ended up getting, which is actually near and dear to my heart as a kid. This is one of the first Justice League of America comics I read. And this is actually drawn by my all-time favorite artist, George Perez. This is issue 186. Has the Shaggy Man in it, Batman, Elongated Man, the Flash, the Atom, Black Canary. I love this. This is like the Justice League, I think, is the best out there. Yes, Grant Morrison did a hell of a job on JLA, but you can't have JLA without the Justice League of America. So I really wish they had more of them. I have issues, I think, from 187 all the way to the last issue, which is like 230 something, maybe 240 something. I don't know. When you went to Detroit. And hey, before you bash Detroit, I'm from Detroit. Born and bred. Not Hamtramck or any of that. D-town. Woodward Avenue. Grew up in Oakland County. When I went to high school, I was in Wayne County. And then I went to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I went to U of M. Yeah, baby. So I love Michigan. But other than that, that's it. That's all I got. Hopefully you're not hearing that. My neighbors are loud when they slam doors. New place is really... I'm still getting used to the echo in here and how to make sure I get this right. So hopefully you didn't hear that. And if you didn't, ignore what I just said. But other than that, I got nothing. And I was there for a good minute. You saw all the footage. That footage takes time. I was probably there from like 11 o'clock till about 4. So I was there for about 5 hours. And that's the footage I got. I couldn't get to the cosplay, couldn't get to the panels, at least not to film. And when I tried to maneuver my way around, it was just like people just didn't want to move. That's where they were. That's where they stayed. I just hope, it seems like little by little each year it goes, it's like it fluctuates. Please remember, this is a comic book convention. Promote the comics. Anything I've ever seen for C2E2 is always promoting the autographs, the cosplay, the photo ops. Show off the comic vendors. You know, promote them. You would get so many more people out there if they knew that they were going to get dollar comics. People don't know they're going to go to a convention and see something for $1. You know, conventions, people usually think it's going to cost you a little bit of bread. But it doesn't have to. And this would not, I mean, if I bought the stuff I really wanted, I could have got those NECA figures, because I don't have all the Universal Monster ones. Haven't picked up Alf yet, haven't picked up E.T., haven't gotten RoboCop. You know, this whole, like, 5-6 months, things have been a little hectic. You know, I had to move, had surgery, started a new job, lost my job, started a new job, so the priority was not on buying so much, it's just enjoying the experience. Being able to relax, be around what I thought were people who would be in the same mindset as me. And for the most part there were, but man, there were some rude ass people there too. I was like taking, you know, footage, and you know, some people in costume were like, oh, you can't take a have me in your video, I'm doing a photo shoot later. I'm like, bitch, do you realize that you're gonna be on all this other shit? They're not paying you for this. But I just said, okay, I'll respect that, and I didn't film it. Any people, after that, I just completely lost interest in taking any photographs at all. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because it was kind of just like, are you really that egotistical where you think that this photo op, if they find out you were in a video, you're not going to be able to be in a photo op? But I digress. It just felt like, it really felt like it was a Friday instead of a Saturday. It felt like the first day. I saw vendors setting up while I was there, and again, got there at 11. They open at 10. Vendors should normally be there by like 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and that should be all set up, and they weren't. So it kind of felt like even the vendors, comic vendors, just were kind of checking out. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know, like, Gino Comics went there. I didn't see him when I was there. Gino, my boy, we really need to connect, and he's actually over 1,000 subscribers, so he's probably almost at 1,100. So congrats to you, bro. You deserve it. He is a great guy. Definitely check his channel out. I saw some other people filming, and even the look on their faces, they were just looking around like, what am I, you know, what do I film now? Because once you go to the far back where they're doing the autographs and the signing, you kind of got to be quick on your filming, because people will come up to you and tell you you can't film because you're showing off the people. I'm like, this is advertisement. This is telling you who's there. You can put a thing out that says, oh, this person's going to be there, but what if they don't? Wacky. So, I don't know. I mean, I will definitely always go to C2E2. It's probably that and Fan Expo. I don't have time or the ability to travel anywhere else to go to these conventions, so I will definitely be doing that. But I hope that they understand that they got to start showing love to the comic vendors, because it feels like they're just set up. They're in the front. You see them when you first come in, kind of, but they're getting smaller and smaller every time. And if they are out there, majority of them are trying to sell you graded comics, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just the time I was there, you know. But as much as I'm complaining about it, I did enjoy being there. I enjoy being in the vibe. You know, walking down to C2E2 was more fun than actually being there, because you run into people who, the anticipation of getting in there, they have their costumes. One guy had a sweet Punisher costume, but for some reason I didn't take a photo of him. But he looked really cool. And people were just in a good frame of mind. Leaving there, oh my god. I purposely did not put in that video at the end. People bitching and complaining about the lack of comics. The lack of feeling like, you know, someone gave a damn about them. To be honest. One person said, why did I spend $50 for a ticket to spend 2 hours in there and walk out with nothing? That's a big statement. You know, you don't go to a convention to walk out empty-handed. So I would definitely say let's promote the comics. I think if you just told people, the vendors that were being there, people would really show up. He's a fuzzy guy. He's so soft. But again, I will always go to C2E2. Always. Definitely you will see me at Fan Expo. Please hit me in that comment section. Let me know what you thought. Because again, this is just my opinion, my experience. I know plenty of people who had a great time there. You know, especially people who wanted to do the cosplaying. Oh my God. I give it up for these people. I mean, they take time out of their own lives to make these costumes, to pay the money. And they look better than the stuff you see in the movies. Let's just be real. Not always, but a lot of times, because they're more comic accurate, more story oriented. You know, they're not trying to stylize everything. So that's it. That's my C2E2 recap video. Disappointing, but again, I'm just one guy out of thousands who went there. So let me know what you think. Hit me in the comment section. Let me know, what do you go to the convention for? Is it just to be in that vibe of the people, to enjoy the atmosphere? Do you go for the autographs? Photo ops. I know a lot of people, they just go there, and I cannot stand in line like that. I can't. I don't go to a convention to stand in line. I don't. I want to enjoy it. I want to walk around. I want to see people. And actually, I will say outside the door or the entrance to C2E2, you probably have more going on out there than you do on the convention floor. I saw stormtroopers and all these wonderful cosplayers doing things, and well, that probably is where I should have stayed. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Please hit that like button again. Hit the subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And before we go, I'm going to change angles, and I'm going to show you what's coming up next on this channel, Picture Book Drama. So, hang on. Alright, change the angle because I definitely want to give you a preview of what we're going to be doing next here on the channel. One of the reasons, and I always say this, but I really don't show you guys, is what started Picture Book Drama on YouTube. And it was movies. I was never going to do comics. I was never going to do toys. I actually have said several times you will not see toys on here. Then I went to C2E2 for the first time, and next thing you know, I'm showing toys. And completely went away from the movies. That's something I really regret, but I had to make a choice. What is it that I wanted to do most? Comics, toys, movies, and honestly, it's everything. So, I'm going to be doing a video, or probably several videos, probably at least a 3-part video, showing my box sets off. And I have a ton of box sets, as you can see. That's my love. I love these things. If you see the camera move, it's because Blackie's rubbing on the, on the camera. But I love movies, and I love box sets. I love the way they look. I love how they display. They look really cool, and you get really cool stuff in these things as well. You get all the movies, you get the makings of. So this is what I want to show you guys next. As you can see, I do have, and I don't know how the lighting is because it looks like it's blurring out, but I have the Friday the 13th box set, the Halloween box set, and I'm going to show you so many more in the next coming videos. So let me know what you guys think. What are your box sets like? Because I have probably 2/3 of my collection are box sets. And you're going to see some rare ones, really hard to find ones, and if you can find them, they're going to cost you a little bit of money. And you'll notice in that video, in the upcoming videos, a lot of them aren't open because I just don't need to open them yet. But maybe with your support and your comments, I'll open a lot of these up and I'll start showing them off on the channel as well. Because a lot of times I'll have the individual movies and I'll have box sets. So then it's just kind of like, it's cool to see the box set, but I can just pick up the individual movie at any time I want and watch it. Yes, money that I spent, but it's my money. But that's going to do it. That's a preview of what's coming up next, guys. Thank you guys so much for all your well wishes. Thank you to all the people who support me here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Those are the 2 places I'm at the most. I will talk about Twitter and why I'm no longer on there because I hate Twitter. But that will be coming up in upcoming videos, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry it took so long for this video to come out, but it finally is out and I am happy about it. I got the bug to start filming, so I'll probably start filming these videos immediately after I'm done with this. So hey, send your support, hit that like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and I will talk to you guys later. But remember, here at Picture Book Drama, it is everything in entertainment, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for scratching when I'm about to end, Blackie. Bye, guys.